Welcome to another episode of the Pull List Examiner. This is my weekly video where I take a look at my top 3 choices from my pull list and I share them with you. This week is New Comic Book Day of Wednesday, April 6th, 2022, and my pull list is very short this week. So it was easy to pick 3 off the list. So let's take a look. Number 3 on my list this week is Batman issue number 122. I've been following along with Batman ever since the Tom King run, and now we're into a run that's being written by Joshua Williamson, who is also working on this new event over at DC called the Shadow Wars, and I think it's going to lead up to the Dark Crisis that we're going to see over at DC Comics as well. So I just finished this past week reading the Dark Wars Alpha, issue number 1, and I was blown away. It was a really good storyline. Some things happened that are tied into many previous DC runs by other writers, not just Joshua Williamson's run. He did a really good job on this comic, and Victor Bogdanovic, who's the artist, is an awesome artist. So it was a good story, good art, and now we're leading into the first actual part of the story after this Alpha issue that starts in Batman issue number 122, and I can't wait to see it. Number 2 on my list this week is going to be Batman Killing Time issue number 2, and this is what appears to be a continuation of the Batman storyline that Tom King wrote. It's written by Tom King, and I'm not positive yet. As I read the first issue, it's definitely some type of flashback, but I'm not positive yet if this is an actual story that would tie back into his run or if it's some kind of one-off story. Either way, I've been very interested to see what he's going to come up with, because I am a fan of Tom King and his entire run, including the current Batman Catwoman series that he's been working on. So this is another Tom King run of Batman that I'm going to pick up. And the number 1 book I am looking forward to this week is going to be Devil's Reign issue number 6. I believe this was originally intended to be the finale of the Devil's Reign plot, but I believe there's now some type of follow-up issue that's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to see this issue 6 be the finale, and then the other issues that'll follow are just some tying up the loose ends of the plot. But if you've watched any of my previous videos, I am a huge Chip Zdarsky fan of this Daredevil run. He has done an amazing job with it. I have picked up all the issues of Devil's Reign, including the tie-ins. All the tie-ins were done really well as part of this storyline, and I am really looking forward to see how they're going to wrap this up. I know there's been a couple complaints I've read from other reviewers online that this is similar to a Civil War type plot and kind of been done before. I actually like all the aspects that have been done in this plot. There have been some similarities, I'd say, to other previous storylines, but you know, in the comics world, that's probably hard not to do nowadays. But I really did like the last 5 issues of the Devil's Reign, and Chip Zdarsky, and I think Checchetto is the artist on these issues as well. They've done a great job continuing that plotline storyline that came from the original series, went over into the Elektra-based Woman of Fear series, and I am really excited to see how they're going to wrap it all up with this finale coming up here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Pull List Examiner. Every week I put my full pull list down in the description of the video below. Hopefully you like what I have recommended and you will leave a comment and recommend some things to me. I have already picked up several series and titles because someone has told me in the comments that they really liked it, and I picked it up and took a look at it. So I like sharing my thoughts with the comic community, and if you have a thought, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. And also remember to subscribe to my channel, click like, and if you have comics, remember to read them, bag them, and board them, and we'll see ya on the next episode. Thanks. Have a good one.